What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy AV. Thanks for entering to or viewing, watching, whatever you want to call it, my weekly analysis. You know how I do every week over the market, see what is going on in the markets, and I go over the news first and foremost. So, high impact news, that's all I look for. I don't really look for low impact or medium impact news because I feel like it doesn't bring much volatility to the market, but that's just me personally. Some of the people who are fundamental analysis, they like looking at the smaller or the small impact news as well. So that's just my personal opinion. But so Monday, Tuesday, we don't have any news. So Wednesday we have Australian dollar news, and that's just employment change and unemployment. So the previous there was a positive of 111,000 employees, and so the forecast is negative 35. So we'll see how that goes, and then the unemployment rate, of course, will increase based off of the forecast right here. At first, unemployment was at 6.8, but now they're thinking it's going to rise to 7.1. So that might affect the Australian dollar negatively. And USD, we have retail sales, core retail sales on Friday at 7:30 a.m., which is going to look for the core retail sales. It looks like it's a decrease, and for retail sales, it looks like it's a bit of an increase. So we'll see how that goes, and that is it for the fundamental analysis. Just for you guys to keep a close eye on those days and times. I don't really care about news to that extent, but I do watch for it because I do know that there's a possibility it could move the market, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY first and foremost. So first and foremost, DXY takedown Friday. I personally thought that the DXY was going to keep going and make a higher high, but it's still not considered to be in a downtrend overall quite yet, because it did break through this structure right here. This structure right here, it did break through it, and it hasn't broken through down here yet. If it breaks through down here, then I could say, okay, then I don't think that this is going to be any longer in an uptrend. It is now in a downtrend, right? So right now, what I'm looking at for the DXY is that it is at this support, right? And it's still in play. Like, I tried to play off of the US dollar going bullish some more, but I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave my stops at break even. I'm not even gonna try to do anything, and I'll wait until next week. So I have prices still at the support that I respected, and I'm gonna go ahead and
Is that your voice?
try to reach you. It's all right. And then, so what I'm gonna be looking for is to see if the DXY is still gonna hold at this level, right? Because if it doesn't, then of course it'll be in a downtrend. And from the look of things, let's go on the weekly real quick. If you're on the weekly time frame, this looks like a break and retest. You have the huge engulfing candle on 2 weeks ago. Then these are the two bearish candles to retest this. But I don't know. I'm still a little leery about it. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this as a support. As a resistance as well. So we can see in the past how many times it's touched here. So we have right here. And we have these levels right here, which I don't, yeah. Obviously, like the DXY overall, it is in a downtrend, it is falling, but I do still want to see price come back up here and then continue falling, anywhere in between this zone. I still want it to come up here and then drop, continue to the downside, but we'll see how that plays out. Let's go back over here real quick. So yeah, as long as this structure still holds, I still think that the US dollars, the DXY can go bullish. So I'm still looking at it to do this. Still looking at it to go bullish, but we have to wait and see. I want to see some type of some rejections off of here. I don't want to just say that, oh, we're gonna say that the US dollar is bullish until we see some type of like rejections. I mean, I like seeing this candle on the 4-hour time frame, and price did gap to the upside, so I do expect it to come back lower. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out on the DXY, and then I'll go over to arbitrage to see what arbitrage is talking about. So I'll get rid of the drawings, go on to the daily time frame. All right, so the daily time frame is calling for a sell on arbitrage. So that's not something that I necessarily like to see. Actually, something that I really get afraid of. But again, like I mentioned, it still is at the support, so it could still potentially go bullish here. And none of these are showing that it's going to be bullish. So you might want to take a quick look at that before you do anything. But like I said, it's still at the support, and price still has all the way down here to the lower danger zone where it could still come down to, and still potentially go bullish. So I would just personally wait on the DXY. And look on the 15-minute time frame, see what it's looking like, because I think this is the only time frame that I would look to try to get into anything, because even it's still like very much bearish. But yeah, I'll be looking for this to call for a buy, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and set that alert up and see what it looks like later on. So long once per bar close. So the candle has to close before she'll pop up. The candle has to close before it gives me that alert. So go ahead and set that up. But like I said, there's a gap in the market, so I do expect it to get full. So price come back down here before it even decides on going up. All right, so that is for the DXY. Switch over to the other chart. And then go over to EURUSD. And so EURUSD is basically the exact opposite of the DXY. And so we're gonna use some fibs here, because this was something that, although yes, I was like, it probably won't, I still expected it to happen, right? So go ahead and close that out. Price, I mean, my trade that for my sell got stopped at break even. So it is what it is. All right, so we last week, or not last week, we had gotten this drop from the EURUSD from all the way up here, where it well, that's not where the impulse started exactly. The impulse would start right here, but I'm still gonna fib this regardless, right? Because I still like to sell on this play. But so prices started from up there, came back up a little bit, never reached back up there, and then dropped, right? So now it's came back up to the 71% area. This is still my sell area. For me personally, how I trade, this is my sell area for EURUSD. Anything in this area is like I'm good with selling it, right? But again, I want to see this gap get filled up and then start to sell it back down to this weekly zone down here, right? Because again, let's go on the weekly time frame real quick. Let me hide this real quick as well. Again, bullish engulfing candle, then price retraced it up to back up here. I still think that this can drop. And even if I were to use a fib from this level to all the way down here, it would still have to come back up to this level on that time, on the weekly time frame. So I'm kind of just, like I said, I'm gonna, like how I usually do, I'm gonna probably take a risky buy and then let like arbitrage guide me through the process, or I'll just, I don't like it necessarily from this, because like I said, I like the impulsive moves, and this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. So that's not really an impulse, but it could still be valid. So Gonna need to watch out for that. But for the most part, like I said, EURUSD, this is the area where I'm looking to still sell it. Back down over here, anywhere in between 1.8018 and 1.18523. That's where I would sell it at. My stop loss, let's just say that I get it to sell right here. Right? Stop loss would be probably right here, because if price ends up getting up there, then it's probably going to wick me out. And I'm taking it down here. That's a 1 to 3.4 risk reward ratio. You're risking 220 pips to get 64 pips. I mean, you're risking 64 pips to get 220 pips. I apologize. And if for those who want to be a little bit more careful with your stop loss, you can go ahead and put it at the 90 fib, which would be approximately right here, which is an even better risk reward. It's a 1 to 5.60. So that is for EURUSD. I still think that it's going to drop, my personal opinion, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and go on to GP. Oh wait, before I do that, let me come over here to arbitrage. And just like that, there's the sell call on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to enter this right now, because I don't see a reason why not to, other than we had a very bearish Friday, but not long exit, short exit all, right? Once per bar close, create. Oh, I think I have too many alerts on. Let's create one more time and see. No, never mind. But I should delete some of my alerts. So 1 second. So yeah, I've set the alert for the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to hop in this. And even if it alerts, I'll probably just patiently wait until I see if this right here breaks. But that's about it. Let me not even use that. Annotation tool. I would say about right here. If price ends up breaking there, then I'll definitely for sure be getting out. But I'm probably just gonna hop in. Then if it tells me to get out, which it probably will because of this gap in the market, then I'll get out. I don't see a problem with that. I'm just losing like what, like 10, 15, 20 bucks. I don't know. Depends on what loss size I use, right? All right, so yeah, that's what I have for EU. But of course, look at the 1 hour. It's definitely called for that buy. Look at the 4 hour. It's definitely called for that buy. And you look for the daily. Daily is definitely calling for that buy. So again, with this sell, if I get that alert, I'm getting out. I'm not even gonna question it. I'm like, all right, I'll get out. I'll wait until the next alert pops up, until I get another confirmation for me to get into a buy. So that's for EU. Let's go ahead and go on to GU. Okay. All right, so GU. Same thing. My stop losses got hit at break even. It is what it is. I'd rather get my stop loss hit at break even rather than me lose money. Let me get rid of all this and get rid of this. So you guys remember how I was saying that I was worried about price coming back? Well, let me hide this fib because that's still in motion. That's crazy. But let me put this on. I don't know if you guys remember that chart that I posted. I'm like, I still think that price could potentially come back up all the way up here and then drop again. right? Because that's where my sell box would be for this type of move on the daily time frame from this sell. It would come back up anywhere in my sell box and then drop. Yeah, that still might happen, and that's exactly what it looks like is going to happen. Um, Not really too crazy over how the GU is looking right now. Let me go on the weekly time frame real quick. All right, so still on the weekly, I still do like this very bearish engulfing candle. I like that a lot. That's what I like to see. So I still do want to see this play happen for price to come all the way up to this zone and then start rejecting. So I think I'm going to be patient on GU for a little bit, right? I don't think I'm going to trade it unless I see an opportunity with it, which let me go on to. I mean, the only kind of opportunity I see as of right now, if we were to go on the 15-minute, which I hate trying to trade off of low key. It's not even a really bullish move, but I mean, if anything, this is what I'll be looking at. For price to come up here, drop down to my buy area. First of all, why is this my Fib like this? I don't even like it like that. There we go. Oh, I guess I didn't save it. Never mind. So take that off, take that off, take that off. Hold up. That isn't what I want. Maybe this is. There we go. That's much better. All right, so yeah, this is where I'm looking for price to come down to, and then to continue going bullish. If it's gonna do, like I said, that engulfing, like if it's gonna keep going to the upside to drop, then I definitely would look for some type of retracement for price to come down here and then continue to the upside, right? Because again, I still want, and this is like I said, this was what I was afraid of ultimately with GU. I just wanted price to come back up here to the sell zone and then drop. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm going to be patient and wait. Not going to really. I might play that sell move. I mean the push to the downside, then buy up. I might get that, but as of right now, I'm good. I do see that there is this structure right here. That price is rejected previously, so we could still see, and it's something that they used as a support. So we could see price even reject off of here and go to the downside still. That could still be playing that range, like I've been mentioning, right? So again, we'll see how this plays out. Arbitrage wise, the 15-minute hasn't called anything. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I might end up playing that sell to buy call. So let's go ahead and set an alert. Arbitrage short once per bar close, so the candle has to close before it alerts me. And then yeah, but other than that, again, same thing as with EU. The 1 hour called for the buy, the 4 hour called for the buy, and all that stuff. So yeah, gonna have to be patient on this one. Don't want to rush it. But that 15-minute move for the it bought, now you're gonna sell it down to the retracement to buy again. I like that move a lot. So again, we'll see how that plays out. AU, let's go to AU. Ooh, AU. And you see, this is the type of stuff that I hate. When you'll see how AU looks. I've been talking about it for the past 2 to 3 weeks, and it finally, well, no, I don't think it's been 3 weeks, but like 2 weeks, and it finally did the move that I wanted it to do. And I'm about to sell it very shortly, especially with that 15-minute giving me that sell. Look where it came up and hit, guys. Remember my analysis that I did this move and I said I'm still waiting? So from down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 2 weeks. 2 trading weeks. 2 full trading weeks. I was waiting for a price to come up here, and then I wanted to sell it down, right? And I finally got that play. I'm trying to sell it down, right? I'm going to get into this. I had even deleted this order because I didn't think it was going to happen, but look at God. And so, of course, it's in my sell zone or in my sell box on the Fibonacci. And it still could come up to 78.6. If it does, I might add like a small position just to say that I got in it. And still, I'm still taking it down. Like, I still want to sell this, you know? So this play, I've talked about it over and over again, so you guys know that I'm already. I'm in there. And then let's go to arbitrage. 15-minute time frame gave me the call for the sell. Gonna hop in this. Alert set. If it tells me to get out, I'll get out, and then I'll hop back in later when it tells me to get back in. That's why I use this indicator. Or no, not short. I want short exit off. Once per bar close and create. So again, with AUDUSD, it did come to my zone, and if my arbitrage indicator tells me to get out, then I'm gonna skedaddle. No need for me to stay up in there. All right, let's go on to, if I'm not mistaken, GBPAUD. Yep. So first of all, I'm in here. In this trade, not in this. I'm in this GA. All right, so GA stop loss got hit at break even last week. As I had mentioned, it was going to when I got onto Peyton's arbitrage or Peyton's live last week. I had mentioned that, oh, well, GA looks like it's about to fall. So I wasn't even highly invested in GA. And would you look at that? It came back to the same entry that I had from last week. I'm just going to go ahead and delete all that. Fresh painting. Let's go ahead and go on to the daily time frame. Okay, so GA. First thing that I see on GA, I just want to draw this out. So I see this trend line going to the downside. There we go. On GA, right? This makes me think, oh, GA is going to probably sell. But then I also see this trend line on GA. You could draw it right here even, and it barely breaks it. But then let's just play it like this, right? Like, oh, GA is going to buy because it's in an uptrend. Right now, I'm just trying to chill and wait for GA to tell me what it wants to do, because it also is at this support that it could very well respect and then go on to the upside. So I'm just like, what you gonna do, GA? Because I was trying to buy you, and then I saw you selling, and now it's still like, what's up? So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait on it. I don't really see anything to play off of this with my naked eyes, at least. I mean, if you do want to call this the move, then I suppose you can. Came to the 61.8. It should go bullish because it is in my, or it did reject off of my buy area for the fib, but it's already hit that mark unless it came back down here again. I don't necessarily want to get in anymore. Let's go see what arbitrage is talking about. Yeah, arbitrage called for that 15-minute buy, so it's already moved. Let's see. The 1 hour is probably calling for a buy, most likely. Or is gonna start calling for it. Yep, there it is. So what I would wait for personally is wait for price to come up to this area right here. Let me get my annotation tool. I would personally say for price to come up here and then reject, come back to the RSI line right here, and then go to the upside. That's what I will kind of look for on this GA buy right here. But again, like I said, I'm not really too invested in trying to trade this. I do want to buy it for sure. I do want to buy it, but again, it just doesn't look right to me, you know. So we'll see how that plays out though. So gonna go ahead and get into EURAUD, which I did take the L on EURAUD on Friday. I did take that L. It was like what, 30 pips, something like that. We'll see right now. Oh, I think I might have deleted it. And I'm not talking about that buy because that was from, I'm not talking about this buy because that was from this bullish move where we got 180 pips. And then I said that, oh, I'll actually map it back out. So I think from this bullish move right here, I put a fib on it and I said, okay, I want price to come to my sell box, which it did. And I said, okay, let's buy it. My stop loss would have been, because I bought it at the 78.6. Stop loss would have been at, oops, 1 second. Stop loss would have been right here where it did actually hit. And then look, right back up to my buy area. Interesting. But anyways, I still want to buy this. You know, I still want to buy EA, but I think that I'm just going to wait it out a little bit because, you know, it can still just reject off of here and then continue on to the downside. But I still like the buy. Let's go see what let's go see what arbitrage is talking about on EA. Okay, so the 1 hour hasn't been called yet. Ooh. I have 10 minutes. I forgot that I needed to upgrade. But yeah, so for EA, let's go on to 15-minute. Called for the buy. What I'm trying to see is, oops, not that. Gonna go ahead and mute you. What I want to see is, obviously we got the breakout. I want to see it retest this RSI line and then go to the upside. That's what I still want to see. And if not, then hey, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, you could always buy right now. That's just all up to you. It's just that's my personal entry that I would rather prefer. And also, I'm going to set an alert on it so that I don't have to take too much pressure on myself. I could just be like, oh, it told me to get out the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and get out the trade. Simple as that. The 1 hour definitely has not called for the sell yet. I mean, for the buy yet. 4 hours, nowhere near calling for the buy yet. And the daily, yeah, just forget about it. So again, this would be all playing. Oh, never mind. I actually like the daily. So price is still respecting this, although I do see a big M kind of. I do like seeing it on top of this RSI line. So this still can potentially go for a buy. So I actually like that. The 15 minutes kind of matching up with the daily. So I might get into this, might get a small entry on it, and then if price comes back down here, put the rest of my entry on it. That'd be cool. But again, I still do like the buy on EA for sure. So let's go ahead and go on to EURGBP. All right, EG looks like it's about to start calling for a buy on the 15 minute, but that's not what we're looking at right now. All right, so EG, my stop loss got hit at break even on this trade. Although again, I wasn't really too much invested into this as I was with other trades because I didn't really see anything on it, right? So let's go ahead and still look at this huge bullish engulfing move that happened with EG from down here. Price came all the way up here. 61.8 got wicked. Price hasn't came down here since. I still have an assumption, and just like with GU, this will match up with my GU assumption that price can still come down over here to reject, especially with these candles that I'm seeing, with this daily candle and this daily candle that I'm seeing. I can still see a potential drop down and then a push to the upside on EG. I can still totally see that. And as you guys can see right here, this is an area where price was rejecting off of as well, that EG is still currently at. So, like I said, I'm just gonna wait and see how it handles. I'm not gonna really put too much emphasis on GBP pairs right now. But I do want to see this come down, reach down here, and then go to the upside. That would be beneficial for me. Let's go on to 15-minute time frame. It looks like it's going to call for a buy, so we might not even get that sell, but it could be just a retracement of this that we're also coming to see. I'm going to place that right there. Take it down here. Oops. There we go. All right. So yeah, we could just totally even see this potentially happen, which looks kind of good. Price come to my sell box, then boom, drop. It looks really good because that's where the upper danger zone is at. And if I were to get into this buy, that's exactly where I would take it. So I might play this out because again, I'm seeing more of a bearish move than a bullish move on EG. So I might play this right here, to be honest with you. I'm gonna set my alert to tell me when to get it to the buy. Long, open once per bar close, and then create. And so we'll see how that plays out. But I definitely do like the buy on EG to the upside real quick, a buy to sell type of move. And on the daily time frame, it looks like price is currently under the RSI line. So that again is another indication that this might go bearish, and that's what I would personally want to see. And let's see, to down here, yeah, that's perfect. If it comes down here, that matches up literally with the lower danger zone, and then a push to the upside would be fantastic. So let's see how that goes. All right, so that's for EURGBP. I'm not in you. I might get in GA, but I don't think I am. EURNZD, I was more than happy with the trade. I took most of my profits. I do know that some of the positions, like the first position that we ever got into with this USDD trade, because like I said, this was a very long move to play out. We had bought it up here, price came up here, then it dropped, came and then got us into our very last entry, went bullish, did very well, and then came back, broke even one position. In second position, not just yet, but I basically closed all the trades for EURNZD. And because I don't know what it wants to do. I don't like seeing this type of candle and then seeing a very bearish engulfing candle right after. That's kind of telling me that, okay, price, like sellers want to come in and start selling this because that doesn't look right to me, you know? So I'm just gonna kind of wait on EURNZD. It's not a pair that I'm always trying to I always try to trade actively. It has been doing good for me though, so I'm just gonna be like, okay, you're doing good for me, that's solid, but I'm just gonna take my leave type of thing, you know. I'd rather play a short-term move on EURNZD than look for a long-term move right now because I don't personally see it. And so what it would be from this high right here to this low, take price up to 78.6, which is this zone that I drew out, and then take it to the downside. So break a retest basically. But again, I'm not really focused too much on EURNZD. Let's go ahead and look on this. Yeah, the daily time frame looks like it wants to buy, but it's been calling different signals for the past couple of days. So I don't like seeing that. 4-hour time frame. It's called for that sell, but again, it could very well push to the upside. So I don't like the look of that. EURNZD, 1-hour time frame, same thing. I don't like the looks of this either. And so it might be just the 5-minute time frame that gives us, I mean, the 15-minute time frame that would be like, oh, well, I'm probably going to buy. So, I mean, again, this isn't a pair that I would look to trade on a lower time frame. I mean, on a higher time frame, I just want to trade this on the lower. So I'm going to go ahead and put the long entry and once per bar close, create. And again, I'd be happy to take this up to right here at my sell area, which matches up directly with the upper danger zone. So that is solid for me. And that is exactly what I would want to see. That's perfect. So that's for EURNZD. I'm probably going to get cut off very shortly. So that would be like where I'm going to hop back on, talk about gold, S&P, and the Dow Jones, and then maybe USDMXN, and then I'll go ahead and call it a day. So I'm just waiting for this to cut off right now. All right, let's get back to it. And you know what? I'm going to talk about some crypto real quick. I haven't talked about Bitcoin and Ripple in a minute because they're low. My expectations on them has been lowered, but it's okay because right now, ultimately, I'm playing them in the long run and not in the short term. But I love this bullish move that it made. I was waiting for this bullish move to happen. So, and then I got the bearish move, and then yes, this is exactly what I was waiting for on Bitcoin, right? So, first of all, still mad about this. But anyways, remove drawings. We have this very bearish move on Bitcoin, right? So first and foremost, let's acknowledge this zone that we have right here that has came back and retested, right? That's the first thing I want to talk about. Secondly, we can totally see that, yes, it is. So we have the high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, on a lower low. If it comes back up here, not really feeling it, but regardless, I'm fibbing it. Boom. My sell box right here. You know what? I'm going to start making this a different color. So let me actually go and template. No, not that. Come here real quick. Make this red. Make the background red. And then just save it. I just want to save it. Template, save as, sell box. Make it look better. But yeah, so I already have it as my watch list. I don't need it again on there. This is my sell box that I'm just waiting to see price continue reject off of. And I want to sell this bad boy. I want to sell Bitcoin down to the ground. Or at least just to, you know, back down to 8,600. Although that's long-term move type stuff. That's a long move. But, you know, I wouldn't mind selling this right here. Putting my stop loss around here, which is a steep stop loss. And then taking prices down there. Ultimately, I would love a retest back down to 9,000. Not going to lie to you. But, you know, I'm still just reaching for here. Here. And then, of course, if price comes back down to right here, I'll take partials. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I love seeing that it came back up to this sell zone. I've been waiting for that. And so, yeah, we'll see how that plays out with Bitcoin. Let's go on to arbitrage real quick. 15-minute call for that buy. So I'm not going to get into the trade quite yet. Let me actually get rid of that. And so, but I do like seeing that it's rejecting off of this 15-minute upper danger zone. So that's a good sign for me. I might get in, but it's kind of risky at this point. 1 hour, same thing. It did call for the sell at 2, but now it's about to call for the buy, but it's rejecting off of the 1 hour upper danger zone. So that's a good sign as well. Just something that I probably am going to monitor for the rest of the night. But yeah, 4 hour time frame. Definitely not looking like, I mean, the daily time frame definitely not looking like it wants to call for a buy. This buy called on the 5th. Dang, I was not paying attention to this. This would have been an awesome buy to get into. But yeah, waiting and seeing. I do definitely like the sell on Bitcoin. Let's go to my boy Ripple or girl. Like, it's not good to categorize them based on gender. Put that right there. Or I should put those on blue because I'm watching them. So I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm probably going to get into it later on, but that's what I see on it. Ripple, I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of similar, not 100% similar, but kind of. All right, remove drawings. And not so much. Not so much. I actually kind of see inverted head and shoulders on here. If we're talking about just like technical analysis. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So left shoulder, head, came back up, right shoulder. It didn't come all the way down here, but you guys get kind of the gist of what I'm trying to say. It looks kind of like it's gonna go to the upside. Don't really want that, but of course as well, we're talking about the same type of move. Then look, this hasn't even came anywhere. It barely came up to the 50% fib while my box is up here. So I'm not even going to be looking at Ripple much. Probably just going to be looking at Bitcoin because that looks like the better play. Going to arbitrage, see what arbitrage is saying. 4 hour actually looks like it wants to possibly set up for a sell. 1 hour probably is calling, yep, it's calling for the sell, but it's been a little wobbly right here. And so the 1 hour is calling for the sell, 15 minutes probably calling for the buy for this, for like a, well, not yet, but it's getting there. So I'm just like, you know what? Kind of just want to leave Ripple alone. rather play off of Bitcoin's move. So yeah, Bitcoin, I'd just rather play off of that. Watching. So yeah, gonna wait for that. Let's go on to gold. All right, gold. I should have even mentioned this way sooner, but it's okay because price hasn't gone anywhere. So let's go on to here. Don't know what that is. I need to get rid of it. Okay. So gold still in this box from the sell that I had called on Friday. It just came up and it broke it even, first of all, so I'm cool with that. And secondly, it came to the 78.6 from this bearish engulfing, from this bearish move that had happened. And I like the odds of this selling. I've been waiting for this to climb up here. I didn't think it was going to get up here, but it really did. So I'm going to put my stop loss right there. And if I'm taking this to the downside long term, then I'm down. Just have to play with your stop loss and make sure that it doesn't like, or not your stop loss, but your lot size. You want to make sure that it doesn't kill you in the end, because gold is a very volatile pair. Like I'm probably gonna trade like a point 10 on this or something. So yeah, but I do like the sell on gold. I'm pretty sure on the higher time frames, even the 15-minute time frame hasn't even called this sell. So let's see what happens. Let's see if I am gonna anticipate it faster than arbitrage. If it does break through 1934, though, I'm probably gonna get out shortly, and I'll just wait for arbitrage to give me the alert. So let me go here. I could have sworn that I called for a buy. Oh, well, I'll come and watch when I'm done. It's fine. Whatever, hater. My wife's being a hater. No, I'm joking. She's came and told me the game is on, which is totally fine, but I need to do this first. But yeah, so gold, definitely want to see it sell. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm in the trade, because I am. If it does break, like I said, if it breaks like 1935 or 1935, then I'm most likely going to get out, and I would wait on it. S&P. Ooh, S&P got on my nerves next week. I was trying to scalp it, thinking it was going to sell the whole time. It went bullish, and I'm just like, well then, I didn't scalp the buy. Played myself. I can't just not see. I can't not see this. It's in my sell zone. It's still in my sell zone. It's still where I want to sell it at. But where I previously called this sell, which was down here, as you can see, was definitely not in my sell zone. So that's why I had put even a super small stop loss. And like, all right, we'll see how this plays out, but I don't like it. But yeah, guys, this is definitely in my sell zone. And I want to sell. The S&P's up here. I'd rather get it at the 78.6, but beggars can't be choosers, and I will just wait. What am I doing? I meant to get rid of that. Boom. So yeah, it's in my sell box. I'm looking for sells over here, and we'll see how that goes down. There we go. So yeah, same stuff on S&P. S&P got that. The 15-minute hasn't called for the sell quite yet. And I'd rather wait on this to give me the sell call rather than for me to just sell right now. Although on the 15-minute, I do kind of see inverted head and shoulders. For bar close. And we'll see how this plays out. But again, I'm just gonna wait for the 15-minute. Let's see what the Dow Jones looks like. Long entrance on the DXY. That's what I like to hear. That means that the US dollar should be going bullish, which means that the Euro USD will be going bearish, AUD USD going bearish as well. Dow Jones looks a little different. Not really though. Let's go ahead and give it the same play. Got the fib, 78.6 in my sell zone. This is just my strategy, guys. Like, this is my strategy that I back test, and I'm confident in this trade, in this type of trade style, because it does make me money, even if I need to hit break even, or even if I end up having to break even, it still makes me money. So yeah, definitely in my sell zone. I like this kind of better than S&P really, but yeah, continue with that drop if that's what it's gonna do. If it does, like, again, my stop loss would be something like looking something like this. For a better risk to reward, it looks something like this, which is a 1.1 to 6 risk to reward ratio, or if you want to spread out your stop loss, right there. But again, just got to make sure that you're careful with your lot sizes, right? Because this can easily blow an account on some brokers. So that is for the Dow Jones. Still same little same move as S&P, and as you can see, the Dow Jones starting to call for the sell on the 15-minute, but not quite there yet. So would just be patient on that move. Last but not least, let's go talk about some tacos. Some tacos. All right, so I think I'm low-key happy I wasn't even paying attention to USD Mexican, because I would have been in like losses right now. But remove drawings. Dang. All right, so this is what I was saying. At first, it made this huge bullish move, came back down. This is my sell box, naturally. This is my buy box, which now I gotta change the color. I even forgot to do that previously. Right, so save as buy box. Okay. And so yeah, right now my trade would be in losses, and let's say that I bought from right here. This would be the big stop loss. This would be a more conservative stop loss. And I will take price up to right here. 1 to 6.24. That's still a good risk reward trade. So I might get into this, but not at this point in time. I'd be like, gotta wait, because, well, first of all, where it rejected at. Let me hide all this stuff. Where it rejected at right here is a zone that when it previously did come down to, it was rejecting off of as well. So I kind of want to see where it plays right here. But yeah, I'm still bullish on this, even though like it did go lower than if I would have entered the trade that I would have been in losses right now. I would still be okay with the losses that I'm in though, So again, this is a pair that I'm gonna put blue as I'm watching it, and 15-minute time frame has yet to. It did call for a buy, but it's called back for a sell. So let's see if I can get another buy call, and I might be at this trade until it says, okay, I'm not gonna go long anymore. So I'm just gonna create that, and that's about it. Like, again, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, it's calling bearish. because we could see from the previous candle, the daily candles, that this was just fully bearish last week. But I have the DXY turning around and going bullish, which it did just call for the buy. So I'm cool with this. But yeah, any other questions before I hop off? Any questions? Nothing? All right, all right. Well, that sounds good, guys. Hope you guys got some value. Thank you for tuning in to my analysis. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be posting this up very shortly. So thanks, guys.